11 मई 1998.
Switching command to internal. Range ready? Ready.
Today at 15:45 hours.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to National Defense Institute. In this video, we are going to study about Indian missiles in a detailed way. As we all know, missiles are important weapon systems that play a vital role in modern warfare. In this video, we are going to study about history of missile, programs for missile technology control regime, classification of missiles, integration of missiles and armaments on aircrafts. What is missile? It was derived from Latin word missilis, that means that may be thrown. Missile is a rocket-propelled weapon designed to deliver an explosive warhead with a great accuracy at high speed. Coming to history, the use of missiles dates back to a Vedic age in India. Indian warriors have used astras as missiles in various forms from that period in a subcontinent, which proves in Mahabharata and Ramayana. Such examples are BrahMastra, Nagastra, Varunastra, Pashupatastra. Fighting the British colonial army, Tipu Sultan and his army used thousands of rockets, resulting in the defeat of troops in Srirangapatna War in 1792. The modern-day missiles have their roots in Germany as the country developed the first successful guided missiles V1 and V2 after World War II. The German V1 was the world's first operational cruise missile powered by a noisy pulse jet that earned the nickname as Buzzbomb and Doodlebug. The V2 rocket, developed and used by Germans during World War II, was the world's first large-scale liquid propellant rocket vehicle. Programs for missiles. Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, that is IGMDP, was conceived by renowned scientist Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, enabled India attain self-sufficiency in the field of missile technology. The project started in 1982-83 under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the Missile Man of India. The team included members from the DRDO, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and a defense production. The team recommended development of 5 missile systems. Missiles developed under this program are short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile, that is Prithvi, intermediate-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile Agni, short-range low-level surface-to-air missile Trishul, third-generation anti-tank missile NAG, medium-range surface-to-air missile Akash. DRDO on January 8, 2008 formally announced successful completion of IGMDP. The Missile Technology Control Regime, 35-nation grouping that controls export of missile technology, including drones and unmanned aerial vehicles, which was set up in 1987 by G7 countries. It restricts their missile export and technologies capable of carrying a 500 kg payload, a minimum of 300 kilometers. India has become a 35th member of MTCR in June 2016. The 4 regimes under MECR are the Nuclear Supplier Group, the Australia Group, the Missile Technology Control Regime, and the Wassenaar Arrangement. If it comes to types of missiles, there are 2 types, cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. Cruise missiles, unmanned self-propelled guided vehicle till the time of impact that sustains flight through aerodynamic lift for most of its flight path. They fly within the Earth's atmosphere and use jet engine technology. These vehicles vary greatly in their speed and ability to penetrate defenses. Cruise missiles can be categorized by size, speed, range, and whether launched from land, air, surface, ship, or submarine. Depending upon the speed, such missiles are classified as subsonic cruise missile, supersonic cruise missile, hypersonic cruise missile. Subsonic cruise missile flies at a speed lesser than that of sound, travels at a speed of around 0.8 Mach, that is 274 meter per second or 988 kilometer per hour. It carries a convention warhead of 300 kilograms weight and can hit targets up to 1500 kilometer range. Example, nearby. Supersonic cruise missile travels at a speed around 2 to 3 Mach, that is 3704 km per hour, travels a kilometer approximately in a second. The combination of supersonic speed and a warhead mass provides high kinetic energy, ensuring tremendous lethal effect. Hypersonic cruise missile travels at a speed of more than 5 Mach. Many countries are working to develop hypersonic cruise missiles. BrahMos Aerospace is also in the process of developing a hypersonic cruise missile, that is BrahMos 2. Then ballistic missile. A ballistic missile is a missile that has a ballistic trajectory. The missile carry a huge payload and are categorized according to their range, maximum distance, and also can launch from ships and land-based facilities. Examples are Prithvi, Agni, and Dhanush. Trajectory of cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. Cruise missile flies in a straight line at a lower altitude of 15 to 20 km. Ballistic missile flies in a shape of parabolic at an altitude of 1500 to 2000 km, which is in the lower Earth orbit. Also, by using a radar, targets can be detected from the maximum range. Then, guidance systems. Wire guidance. The command signals are passed along a wire dispensed from the missiles after launch. Laser guidance. A laser beam is focused on the target and the laser beam reflects off the target and gets scattered. The missile has a laser seeker that can detect even a minuscule amount of radiation. Command guidance. Command guidance involves tracking the projectile from the launch site or a platform and transmitting commands by radio, radar, or a laser impulses or along thin wires or optical fibers. Terrain comparison guidance. Terrain comparison is used invariably by cruise missiles. The system uses sensitive altimeters to measure the profile of the ground directly below the checks the result against stored information. Warhead. Conventional warhead. A conventional warhead contains high-energy explosives. It is filled with a chemical explosive and relies on the detonation of an explosive and the resulting metal causing fragmentation as kill mechanism. Example, Pralay missile. Strategic warhead. In a strategic warhead, radioactive materials are present and when triggered, they exhibit huge radioactivity that can wipe out even cities. They are generally designed for a mass annihilation. Example, Agni 5. Range. This type of classification is based on maximum range achieved by the missiles. Short range missile, that is less than 1000 km, medium range missile 1000 to 3000 km, intermediate range ballistic missile 3000 to 5500 km, intercontinental ballistic missile 7000 km, submarine launched ballistic missile 5500 km. If we see the launch mode, there are surface to surface missile, air to surface missile, surface to air missile, sea to sea missile, surface to sea missile, anti-tank missile, air to air missile. Surface to surface missile. Launched from a handheld vehicle mounted trailer mounted or a fixed installation. Examples, Prithvi, Agni series, BrahMos, Prahar, Pralay. Surface to air missile. Launched from the ground to destroy aerial targets like aircrafts, helicopters, and even ballistic missiles. These missiles are generally called air defense systems as they defend any aerial attacks by the enemy. Example, Akash, Barak, Trishul, Vishad. Air-to-air missiles launched from an aircraft to destroy the enemy aircraft. The missile flies at a speed of 4 Mach. Example, Astra and Astra Mark II. Air-to-surface missile. Missile is designed to launch from military aircraft and strikes ground targets on a land, at a sea, or both. The missiles are basically guided via laser guidance, infrared guidance, and optical guidance. Examples, Elena, Sant, Rudram. Sea-to-sea missile, launched from one ship to another ship. Example, BrahMos. Sea-to-surface missile. A sea-to-surface missile is designed for a launch from ship to land-based targets. Example, Dhanush, BrahMos, Nirbhay. Prithvi 1. Short-range ballistic missile with a range of 150 km. First in a lineage of indigenous land and sea-based missile. At present, Prithvi 1 was replaced by Prahar missile. Prithvi 2. Single-stage liquid-fueled missile having a maximum warhead mounting capability of 500 kg. Range of 250 km. Now it is increased to 350 km with a payload capacity ranges between 500 to 1000 kg. First IGMDP's product developed by DRDO and it is of Age 4 version. Prithvi 3. Two-stage surface-to-surface missile. The first stage is solid fueled with 157 kN thrust motor. Second stage is powered by liquid. Can carry a 1000 kg warhead with a distance of 350 km and 500 kg to distance of 750 km. It is of naval version. Dhanush. Surface-to-surface or a ship-to-ship Prithvi 3 missile has been modified for the Indian Navy and it is known as Dhanush. Strike targets up to 350 km range. Capable of carrying a conventional as well as a nuclear warheads with a payload capacity of 500 to 1000 kg. Prahar. India began developing the Prahar to replace its shorter range Prithvi 1. Surface-to-surface short-range tactical ballistic missile. It is a contemporary weapon system capable of carrying a multiple types of warheads and neutralizing a wide variety of targets. Range up to 150 km while carrying a 200 kg payload with a nuclear high explosives. Can be launched from road mobile launch platform which can carry 6 missiles at a time. Agni 1 was developed under the IGMDP. It was designated as a special program in India's defense budget and provided adequate funds for subsequent development. As of November 2019, Agni series are being indirected into a service. Name of the missile, type, range. Agni 1, medium range ballistic missile which range about 750 to 1250 km. Agni 2, intermediate range ballistic missile range about 2000 to 3000 km. Agni 3, intermediate range ballistic missile range about 3500 to 5000 km. Agni 4, intermediate range ballistic missile range about 3000 to 4000 km. Agni 5 is an intercontinental ballistic missile ranges about 5000 to 8000 km. Agni Prime, medium range ballistic missile ranging about 1200 to 2000 km. Agni 6, intercontinental ballistic missile, it ranges about more than 6000 km. BrahMos, an Indo-Russian joint venture has a range of 350 km. Fastest cruise missile in the world with a top speed of 2.8 Mach, nearly 3 times the speed of sound. Can be launched from land, sea and air, works both day and night irrespective of a weather condition. Two-stage missile, first stage solid propellant engine, second stage liquid ramjet. Operates on fire and forget principle, that is, it does not require further guidance after launch. Pralay, India's first tactical quasi-ballistic missile and is an answer to any conventional missile attack from northern or western borders. Range is about 150 to 500 km, can be compared to China's Dongfeng 12 and the Russian Iskander missile. Astra. Beyond visual range, air-to-air missile, engage and destroy highly maneuvering supersonic aerial target, and it is an indigenous Astra BVR firing from homegrown Tejas fighter is a major step towards a Atmanirbhar Bharat. Astra Mark 1, maximum range of 100 km, a speed of 4.5 Mach, may be launched by the mothership or in a buddy mode. Is meant to carry 15 kg pre-fragmented high explosive warhead that is ignited by a radio proximity. It is better than Chinese PL-12 used by Pakistan and China. Astra Mark II. New version of Astra Mark 1 with a better range and a launch from an ejector. It was conventional dual pulse rocket motor with an improved grain quality and with a solid fuel. It has tested to 160 km range. Akash is a medium-range mobile surface-to-air missile as built-in electronic counter-to-counter measures features. Range of operation is about 4.5 km to 25 km. Trishul is a short-range surface-to-air missile developed by a IGMDP and which range about 12 km and fitted with a 5.5 kg warhead. Designed to be used against low-level, that is sea-skimming targets at a short range, which was developed to defend naval vessels against the missiles. Submarine-launched ballistic missile. The K family of missiles are primarily submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and the family is codenamed after Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and developed by DRDO. Because these missiles are to be launched from a submarines, they are lighter, smaller, and stealthier than their land-based counterparts. INS Ariant, the first and only operational subsurface ballistic nuclear missile, is armed with K-15 Sagarika missiles with a range of 750 km. INS Ariant, India's first nuclear ballistic missile submarine. In January 2020, DRDO conducted two successful tests of K-4 missile from submerged platform off the coast of Andhra Pradesh. K-5 and K-6 with a range of 5,000 km and 6,000 km respectively are under development. Anti-tank guided missile. An anti-tank missile is a guided missile primarily designed to hit and destroy heavily armored tanks and other armored fighting vehicles. These missiles could be launched from aircraft, helicopters, tanks, also from shoulder-mounted launcher. Laser-guided anti-tank guided missile. Indigenously developed missile was successfully test-fired from main battle tank Arjun by DRDO. Elena, which is a Air Force version, which is one of the most advanced anti-tank weapon in the world. Maximum range of 7 km has been designed and developed for integration on the weaponized version of Advanced Light Helicopter. Air Force version of Elena is sometimes referred to as a Dhruvastra. The missile system has all-weather, day and night capability and can defeat battle tanks with a conventional armor as well as a explosive reactive armor. Nag, land version. It is a third-generation fire and forget missile developed for a mechanized formation to engage heavily fortified enemy tanks. Has a night strike capability which range about 500 meter to 4 km. Nag missile carrier, that is Namika, is a Russian origin BMP-2 based system with a amphibious capability. Man-portable anti-tank guided missile. Indigenously developed with a state-of-art miniaturized infrared imaging seeker along with advanced avionics. It is a passive weapon guidance system that uses the infrared light emission from a target to track and follow it. SAND, Smart Stand-Off Anti-Tank Missile. indigenously designed and developed helicopter launched sand missile. Launched from the Mi-35 helicopter for the Air Force anti-tank operation, range up to 10 km. Integration of missiles and armaments on aircrafts. BrahMos created a history on 22nd November 2017 after it was successfully flight tested first time from the Indian Air Force frontline fighter aircraft Sukhoi 30 Mk1. On January 2020, a squadron of fourth generation fighter jets Sukhoi 30 Mk1, that is Tiger Shark's 222 squadron equipped with a BrahMos supersonic cruise missile was inducted in southern India. Extended range is about 450 km. Pinaka Mark 1 rocket system, range about 45 km. Multi-barrel rocket system which is named after Lord Shiva's bow. Alternative to the multi-barrel rocket launcher system of a Russian make called the Grad. After successful test of Pinaka Mark 1 in late 1990, it was first used in battlefield during the Kargil War of 1999. Then important missiles of other countries. The R-36M is the world's longest range intercontinental ballistic missile was developed by Russia with a range of 16,000 km. Dongfeng 41 was developed by China, ranges between 12,000 km to 15,000 km. Hwasong 15 developed by North Korea, ranges about 13,000 km. UGM-133 Trident 2 was developed by US, is range about 11,300 km. Minuteman 3 was developed by US and ranges about 10,000 km. Jai Hind.